or in terms of getting good trainings, getting assistance to plan for the technology development or additions, or any help in setting up the business unit. So we should be aware that we are going to learn in this unit like all those things, various institutions supporting entrepreneurs. Because mainly we have been discussing that entrepreneur, what kind of characteristics you need to have, and based on that, we know that what is the main thing which he looks always is the funding, and not only funding, and beyond that, because always as student or whatever, we feel that once the entrepreneur gets the funding, then that's sufficient. What is which lacks with the entrepreneur is only money. Not like that. I mean to say that there are a lot of things we need to consider when it comes to the uh, you know to set up a business. So all those things we'll discuss today, and here we are going to talk about various institutions in India which are going to help the entrepreneurs. So to start with, move on to the next slide. So here also we have facing some little slow in the internet. So you might face a little slow moment. Okay. So if I would like to, the introduction which says that there are a lot of institutions by the central government as well as state government which has been set up. Just a minute. Um, and all these activities, these institutions cover wide range of services, which is financing, technical guidance, equipment support, training, marketing, and provide subsidy and grants. So there are a lot of activities each institute performs. Okay, we are going to discuss, and as per the syllabus, there are certain institution we have to separately we need to highlight that we'll discuss. But mainly, what you looked at as an entrepreneur, he wants some help because always alone he cannot do. He requires the funding. He requires, as I said, technical guidance, even to prepare business plan. We came to know that he has to take the help of others, many people, and you required technological support. You required how to get the subsidy, and what are the various forms of I mean to say set up a business. What are the registrations or documentation process he has to go through? So various to set up advisory related. So many things he wants. So then there are a lot of institutions which are set up by the state as well as the central government, which will help the entrepreneur in setting up the things. So even I mean to say that there are a lot of recent also. You could see that Startup India, Stand Up India, and many more. The things which have been started, by the government to mainly help the entrepreneurs. So by looking and keeping in that base, so let's look at the few of the institutions. Yeah, I'm going to just glance over. I'm going to tell you and show you the only the institutions names now initially, and later on the certain parameters we'll discuss. So you could see that these are the certain national level institutions. Okay, Small Scale Industries Board, Ministry of Small Scale Industries, Small Industries Development Organization, SIDO. These all separately we'll discuss at the later stage. And National Small Industries Corporation, the Khadi and Village Industries, COIR Board, and training institutes like National Institute of Small Industry and Extension Training, National Institute of Entrepreneurship and Small Business Development, New Delhi. So Indian Institute of Entrepreneurship, Guwahati. So these all institutions will be helping the entrepreneurs. Okay. So we'll discuss few of them in separately, but I recommend you to go through, if you would like to know more about each one. So you can visit their direct websites, or even there are certain textbooks which are available to know about it, or in the internet, few websites are there which will give you in detail about this. Okay. So next, you could see few. There are many. I have not added. State Finance Corporation, State Industrial Development Corporation, SITS, and SDIS, Directorate of Industries, District Industry Centers. Because district industry centers separately in detail we are going to discuss, and later part of the this unit. And financial institutions. You know that Uh, these are the financial institutions, because here you saw state level, national level. You also find similar here also, but these are the financial institutions which fund, mainly they consider fund. Not only funding, there are certain companies which also help you in getting a lot of other help. I mean to say that one is IDBI is there, IFCI, Industrial Finance Corporation of India, then SIDBI we have heard, Small Scale Industry Development Bank of India, National Small Scale Industries Corporation, and State Small Scale Industry Corporation, Regional Rural Banks, State Financial Corporations, State Industrial. So these, you find these are the kinds of. Then you find cooperative banks and Grameen banks, which you find everywhere. Even in our villages we find, even the small towns we find. So these are all the institutions which are there in India, which help in immediately getting a funding, because without funding you cannot set up a business. We know that we have some money, your own money, you can start with a small, but if it is a quite a big size or a some other, you need to rely on the money funding, and one more funding is there. So separately we are going to discuss, you know at a later fifth or sixth chapter. Okay. Over there we are going to discuss about angel investors, venture capital, private equity, and all those things we are going to discuss over there. We are not discussing anything here. Here we are going to discuss mainly more of a institutions which are helping the small scale, especially the small scale industries. Okay. uh, so then certain institutions which are into technical guidance. Okay, you could see there small industry development organizations, district industry centers, technology consultation organizations, small industry service institutes, state small industries development corporations, industrial development corporation, agricultural promotion and investment corporation Orissa Limited. Okay, so these are into, moreover into, not into funding, they are all help you in technical guidance trainings, getting technological support, how to implement all those things. Okay, they'll give you the entrepreneurs technical guidance and all. So they are not even, you saw in the previous slide more of a financial funding. Okay, institutes. Now here you're looking at more of a technical advice, consultancy oriented help and documentation process, getting license, and all those aspects, because the entrepreneur requires all those things, because based on that he can plan accordingly, so that what kind of technical advice, what kind of machines I need to source, from where I need to source. Okay, from the even to source the raw materials. So a lot of any technical consultancy oriented guidance will be given by these kind of institutions. Then comes the training institutions, small scale, small industry service institutes, National Bank of Agriculture, Rural Development, NABARD. NABARD also funds, funding is there. Apart from that, there are a lot of other activities, which, more of a training. Okay, so then comes Council for Advancement of People's Action and Rural Technology, District Industry Centers, DIC once again into training. So these are the institutions which are trained exclusively. Okay, more of a training orientation, even national level, rural, regional level, many more. So that shows you that you can come across like how many institutions are there which are into exclusive training oriented. So these are the things, uh, different kinds of institutions are there. So this is just to give you at the initial stage. There are many more, but we are going to cover only the main ones. And yeah, as per the syllabus, you also come to across what is the Indian banking system. You should be aware, because one very important thing is the banking system, because banks are the main. Because first approach any entrepreneur does, to get the funding is banks. So we should be aware that there are central banks, because the RBI, which takes under that, you could find there commercial banks, under commercial banks, public sector, private sector, foreign banks. Then cooperative banks are there, primary cooperative, credit societies, central cooperative, state cooperative, regional rural banks, RRBs we call it. Then development banks, specialized banks, because specialized banks are into those into like export, import, small scale industries development bank, and National Bank of NABARD. All these things come under the special banks. Then Indian bank like financial institution, we call it as a microfinance. Then comes some non-banking finance corporation (NBFCs). Then which comes under development financial institutions. So what I say is that these are the other banking under banking. institutes which will help the entrepreneur in getting the finance funds. Because not only funds, because if you consider NABARD, they help you in training as well as various other consultancy services. Export Import Bank also helps in the documentation process, and each bank has its own activities or functions which will help the entrepreneur. Because first and foremost, anybody who any entrepreneur who would like to get any help, immediately first he will approach his bank. Okay, where if bank gives you a confirmation, if bank says that yes, we're going to fund you, he's going to that's going to be a great help for him. So we know that these are the even in the villages we find cooperative society banks, smaller banks. Okay, over there also the entrepreneurs can get funding for the rural entrepreneurship related business or anything if they are planning. So here these are all explanations. We are aware that how many banks in India are there, public sector banks now. We know that public sector banks have been reduced now. From many banks, it will come down to only 8 banks now in India. So, as because there is a lot of mergers which have happened between the public sector banks now. So these are the commercial banks and the cooperative banks. Okay, there are they say that around 60 to 70 cooperative banks are there presently in India. Then regional rural banks. Uh, Mainly, they have also linked with the realizing that benefit of the cooperative bank system were not reaching, then these RRBs will reach. There are around 196 plus regional rural banks are there in India. Then comes development banks, as I said, like IDBI, SIDBI, all those things will fall under this here. So State Finance Corporation. So these are the will help you not only in small scale industries, even they help in the large scale industries in getting the financial assistance, for the medium and long term financing purpose, and they help you in machinery and equipment, or to help you in getting the latest technology or expansion or modernization, anything which entrepreneur looks at, expects. So these kind of development banks, which mainly help the entrepreneur in expanding his business and getting support, they'll help you. Okay, even the many cases they these kind of institutions will undertake. We could see the next paragraph. It says about subscribing equity shares or debentures, which is raised by the companies. Entrepreneur example. Entrepreneur would like to raise the money through issuing of debentures. So these kind of institutions which subscribe and invest money. So this is how they help the entrepreneur in raising the funds. Then comes specialized funds we discussed, like Export Import Banks, Small Industry Development Bank of India, SIDBI, and NABARD. So all those help in once again and many more activities. Okay. Yeah. So then these are see this is all I have for your awareness. I recommend you to please go through all these specialized banks or development banks or regional rural banks, commercial banks. You have idea about commercial banks. So what kind of services they are offering? They are into everything, all banking operations. Along with that, they also help the business units. They help the businessman getting the funds. They give the loan. So please you should be aware. So these are the development banks. It be one of them, and we are going to discuss main important institutions under here. One among them is the SIDBI. So the SIDBI was incorporated in 1990 and is a whole subsidiary of IDBI, which provides financial assistance to the entrepreneurs under the Act of Parliament, namely Small Scale Industries, Development Bank Act 1989. The bank has been dealing from IDBI with effect from March 27, 2000. So it was part of the IDBI. Then it's been separated in 2002. It's been clear. The bank caters to all small scale SSIs or tiny units, village and cottage to the head official at Lucknow. Okay. So you will see what are the functions of SIDBI. Okay. So here you could see the list of functions, which first one is to initiate steps for technological upgradation and modernization of the existing unit. One of the function what you find is help in terms of technology upgradation. Many entrepreneurs, even not only I'm talking about new, I'm talking about existing business units. They might require upgradation of technology, or they want to modernize because they have been following the traditional method of functioning, so or technology. So in that case, they help. These SIDBI will help them getting the right kind of modernized technology or a new technology to the existing units. They also expand the they also expand the channels for marketing the products of small scale sector in a domestic and international market. One of the other function of the SIDBI is also to get the better market, because the example for rural based units, they can't concentrate only in rural. They have to sell their products and services in the bigger cities. Even some cases they can export their products. So in this case, what are the there is a help is which is required to expand. So they'll help you in marketing the things. They help you in finding the channels through which an entrepreneur can find a market for its products. So they help you. So what are the channels? Are there? How it can sell? They'll all those kind of related activities. The SIDBI will help the entrepreneurs. Next, to promote employment-oriented industries, especially the semi-urban areas, to create employment opportunities and thereby checking migration of people to urban area. Another main function is that help the small scale industries in the especially in the smaller semi-urban area like rural and semi-urban, so that when they help those kind of industries or small scale units, what will happen? Employment will be generated locally, and people do not get migrated to the cities, because when they get their employment in their local or semi-urban places only, so you can avoid the people migrating to the bigger cities. So you are helping by generating the employment. So that is one more good thing which will happen uh, in SIDBI is one of the function. Then to finance loans and advances extended by the primary lending institutions to the SSI units, and also provide resources to them to refinance. I mean to say, refinance is something where SIDBI will fund some of the other financial institutions which are placed in rural area or semi-urban area. Through that, indirectly, example, if an entrepreneur wants money, funds, he doesn't have to go directly and ask the SIDBI to fund it. So you can approach any of the rural institutions or your small scale corporates or anything, through which they get the fund, because SIDBI will fund them, and through them the entrepreneur will get the funding. Okay, so please remember, because refunding is also done one of the function which is performed by the SIDBI. Then to discount and rediscount bills arising from the sale of machinery to or manufactured by industrial units in the small scale sector. So bill discounting. Okay, so this is one more one kind of financing where immediately you get funding. They will rediscount the billing. So immediately you get the money, and later they will realize get it from the concerned payer. So that's the reason it's like that. Many cases it's on many what I mean to say that credit basis sales will be done. Immediately you may not get the bill, but the entrepreneur requires money, for a working capital to run the regular expenses, meet the regular expense for his turnover and all. So in that case, only discounting of the bills, whatever bills will discount from the these services have been provided by the SIDBI. Okay, immediately it will help in the entrepreneur to get the liquidity money. So that's one thing. Then provide services like leasing, factoring, or industrial concerns in the small scale industries sector. So one more is that help you so like services in leasing and factoring. Leasing, that uh, many cases you do not have to buy the machines. You can get it on lease basis, because when you are the entrepreneur want to buy a machine, there is a huge investment which goes in for the buying of the machine, and there is every chance that the machine might go obsolete. So avoid that. Many companies can feel that leasing option will be better. So SIDBI will help in getting the leasing contract. So you can buy a machine on a leasing method, and on an installment basis, lease payments only you'll be doing it. Okay. So that is one more advantage for the entrepreneurs, which they can take help of the SIDBI. And factoring is also one more thing which the bill, it works like immediately liquidating the bills. Okay. So when you have bills which are pending to be paid, so immediately the entrepreneur can get the cash and later he will recover. The factoring is the city will recover from the concerned, I would say debtor. So that's how it has been done. Okay, that's one more. Then to expand financial support to small scale industries development corporation for providing a scale raw materials to industrial units in a small scale industries sector. They help financially, small industry development, small scale industries or small scale corporations, to getting the fundings because mainly they need to keep on refinancing. They have to get the scarce raw materials, very the raw materials which are in scare, which should not be available. So they feel that they'll help in this regard. Okay, getting the raw materials through the contacts. Not that SIDBI will source everything, but through I mean to say through the local channels or whatever available, they will see that entrepreneur gets the materials regularly. To grant loan and advances to any person engaged in exporting or executing any turnkey projects abroad. So example, SIDBI also one of the function is to fund, to fund the entrepreneur who is into a certain projects. Example, many companies will even they will have a particular project of 1 year or 2 year, a particular project they got. It might be abroad, some other countries. So to execute that project immediately, they require funding. They require money. So small, the CP will help in that, even export related or any project with turnkey projects abroad. Example, if you even a few companies are there, even in our Mangalore by company industrial area, they are into fabrication and all, like which are related to oil manufacturing companies, oil processing units. So in that case, they undertake certain projects in Dubai or Arab, in UAE, UAE and all. So over there, a team will go and set up their, they start working on the certain projects for 1 year or 2 years. To do that, they require funding. Okay, there are a lot of expenses are involved. So initially, so to that, SIDBI helps in funding them. So to subscribe or to or purchasing stocks or shares, bonds and debentures of any state or financial corporation. So it says that many cases state finance corporation issues a certain, I mean to say, uh, they raise funds, okay, to issuing of our bonds and debentures. So SIDBI will subscribe that. Through the SIDBI when subscribe, they fund it. Say a state finance corporation get the money. A state finance corporation will once again fund the entrepreneur. So it's like indirectly also SIDBI works in reaching out to the entrepreneurs. Okay, they have a link with state finance corporations or various other entrepreneurship institutions or entrepreneurship. I would say the business units where by subscribing their equity share or debentures, they fund the entrepreneurs. Okay, so these are the few of the functions. They are elaborated. I recommend you to keep on reading on this because we are going to cover only the main ones in this. More of a you have to read yourself because I feel that even though we are doing it online, but it'll be you might find there are many people who are missing. I request you to convey this message to everyone. I'll help in requesting them to keep on reading this material. Okay. I'm going to share one more ebook today, where more of the topics are covered over there. So you can refer that. Okay. You can ask me any questions now, even if okay. You can ask me anything in between also, because later at the last moment, our the problem is that the timing. Okay, the timing will be less. Last moment, you are unable to ask the questions. So I will. I think today around 34 students have. I think the best numbers are today. I feel. Any questions would like to ask? Anybody would like to ask any questions? Okay. I hope everybody is listening. Have a clarity or any whether my voice is breaking.
Voice is proper, sir.
Proper, no?
Yes, sir.
Because I won't
Yes,
come to
sir.
know because I'll keep on going and I don't know like how you are going to listen. I will not be here. That's the reason. In between, I would like to ask. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Next, we'll go through the National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, NABARD. And this is the biggest bank, bank which helps the entrepreneurs. That's the reason it's an apex development bank in India for all the rural credit, having headquarters based in Mumbai, Maharashtra, and other branches spread across many places. Okay. The committee to review arrangements for industrial credit for agriculture and rural development, set up by the Reserve Bank of India. So it was set up, established in 12 July 1982 by a special act by the Parliament. And its main focus was to uplift the rural India by increasing the credit flow for elevation of agriculture and rural non-farm sector. Okay, so mainly as the name company, the bank name suggests, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. So the main aim of the NABARD is to uplift the agriculture-oriented, segment as well as the non-farming rural development, sector. So, what is the main functions of the, NABARD? To provide and regulate credit and other facilities for the promotion and development of agriculture, small-scale industries, cottage and village industries, handicrafts, and other rural crafts and other allied economic activities.